Good morning. The following speech is inspired by John McCain and his funeral yesterday. It's called A Message to Senators and Asking God for a Favor by John Waddell. John McCain passed away and got senators on both sides of the Democratic and Republican Party to put aside their differences and talk about love and respect and appreciation for a day. It's sad someone had to die, but John McCain saw that our country is deeply fractured, and in his death he wanted to bring us closer together, and he did. It was beautiful not to hear from a bully the last few days. It was great not to hear somebody putting down the CIA, FBI, or everyday people, or our media. People were showing love and respect for a war hero who had been through hell. I did not always agree with him, but when you think that he was shot down, 2 broken arms and a broken leg, and beaten for 5.5 years, and then a prisoner of war camp, that's a hero. And then when you hear bullies say, well, you're not an honorable prisoner if you're captured in war, that's not true at all. A prisoner and a military man. Trump can't understand what it's like to be in the service and have the brotherhood of being in Vietnam. Vets who served can share this. Trump can't. And he never would be able to understand it. All my life I have been disabled with cerebral palsy, and I never felt cheated by it. At 8 years old I asked my parents if I would be cured. They said no. I went in my room and I cried and prayed to God for a miracle. I cried myself to sleep. I wanted to be like my brothers and my sisters. I always knew I was gay since I was 5 years old. When I awoke, I was still the same, and no miracle had happened. I concluded God did not make mistakes. As I got older, some Christians would tell me being gay was a sin, and you would go to hell. If I believed that, I would have killed myself, but I knew that God did not make mistakes in the way that He created me. Even though I have not had a relationship for a while, I will be gay till the day I die. Do people in America know what it is like to have cerebral palsy and live in America? Do they know what it is like to have cerebral palsy and be gay in America and worry about dealing with haters? I am now 64, but until I was about age 50, I was pretty quiet about it. I, like John McCain, believe in something greater than I. I can relate to that. My mother Mary did too when she went and prayed for me clear across the world before she died in 1956 when I was 2 years old. She had bone cancer and was in great pain. John McCain, not everybody believed in the same faith as he did, and that was fine. He believed to get things done in politics, things were greater than I, and our individual egos had to be put aside. John McCain knew that physical pain can be a great teacher, and I agree. God, our Senate was so mature at the funeral for McCain the other day. They actually showed kindness and respect for one another over the loss of a friend. It was great seeing President Obama and George Bush give both excellent speeches. I wanted to understand people since I was 5 years old. I asked God to help me do this as a child. I can often feel when people are sad. Not everybody believes in God, and that is fine. I do not have a problem with that. And I often have to ask God myself, are you real, or am I just trying to comfort myself? God, hear my favor, I ask of you. If people can't be kind and respectful to one another in the Senate, online, or in real time, please don't let me care and feel so much as I do. People and their daily unhappiness with one another, it's hard for me to take. I'm a writer and a speaker, and I know I'm not the only one who is feeling this daily. I am sure my family and friends are feeling this too. Like John McCain, I have really never cared about fame and glory because of my disability and sexuality. I just sort of evolved into writing and advocacy because it had to be done. It would be a trip if the Senate saw this. I'm just one person with cerebral palsy whom is frustrated, and I know that I am not alone. Many people in America are dissatisfied and heartbroken by our bullying politics we see daily by our president. I and many people wish this would stop. President Trump, you planted the seed in America by telling Americans that America was not great when America has always been great. The angry and the broken jumped on your wagon, and many of them are your support base. And many of them have given up daily in their daily lives of trying to make the world a better place. Are we going to learn from a spiritual teacher, or will we turn our backs on John McCain and go back to party lines and hating one another just because we label ourselves Democrat or Republican? Such thinking sounds stupid and does not bring out the good in us. In closing, John McCain reminds me of what America used to be politically before we allowed ourselves to be told daily that we are fractured and broken. I hope God will grant me this favor. We are all in too much pain in America in 2018. Thank you for watching the video, and please share. I hope we can learn from John McCain and take his lessons and go forward. I find it kind of refreshing and spiritually motivating to see such a service yesterday. Thanks again. Have a good day. Bye for now.